The young lady had once known a home filled with laughter. Her mother's voice used to drift through the halls like music, warm and comforting. But after her mother passed away, silence took over, and not long after, her father brought home a new wife. At first, the stepmother wore kindness like a mask. She smiled when her father was around, spoke gently, and acted as though she cared. But the moment he turned his back, everything changed. The smiles vanished. Her words became sharp, her eyes cold. Soon, the young lady's days were filled with endless chores, harsh insults, and quiet suffering she dared not speak about. She held on, though. Every night, she would sit by her window, clutching the small scarf her mother had left behind, whispering promises to stay strong. Years passed, and the pain only deepened. Her father, busy and trusting, never saw the truth hiding in plain sight. One stormy evening, everything changed. The rain pounded against the roof as thunder roared through the sky. The stepmother, in one of her worst tempers yet, pushed the young lady too far, shouting, accusing, and finally raising her hand. But this time, the young lady didn't stay silent. Something inside her broke free. "No more," she said, her voice trembling but firm. At that exact moment, the front door opened. Her father had returned early, standing frozen as he witnessed everything: the anger, the fear in his daughter's eyes, the truth he had ignored for far too long. Silence filled the room, heavier than the storm outside. For the first time, the young lady spoke, truly spoke. She told him everything: the years of pain, the hidden bruises, the nights she cried herself to sleep. Each word struck like lightning, and her father's face crumbled with guilt and disbelief. He turned to his wife, seeing not the woman he thought he knew, but the cruelty she had become. In that moment, he made a choice. He sent her away. The days that followed were not easy. Apologies could not erase the past overnight, but her father stayed. Really stayed this time. He listened, he protected, and he tried to rebuild what had been broken. And the young lady? She began to change too. The sadness in her eyes slowly gave way to strength. She returned to school, found her voice, and discovered a quiet courage she never knew she had. Years later, on a calm evening, she stood once again by a window, but this time, she was smiling. The storm in her life had passed, leaving behind not ruin, but resilience. She had been hurt, she had been tested, but in the end, she rose, not as a victim of her past, but as a woman shaped by it, stronger than anyone had ever imagined.